Valentine's night, is it?
Yeah, I know. What is it?
Yeah. It's not good to me.
Good.
Get it.
Yeah, she'll be here. Thanks, William. Let's bring it here. To make this 4-hour journey again back onto the streets of Dublin to again reiterate the message to the government that they're not listening, that they need to deliver 100% redress, that we're talking about people's homes here that are crumbling around them because of the lack of no regulation or weak regulation at the time and no oversight. So today we will join those families that are affected and others who support them in making that plea. And I think this is really a crunch time for government. We know what's needed, we know what needs to be delivered. The motion that Sinn Féin got passed unanimously that all called for 100% redress, and now the government needs to deliver on that. I think it's deeply disappointing, and it's not just that this is about money or bricks or mortar. This is about families' lives. You know, talk to some of the young kids here who are telling you stories about them in bed at night, looking up at cracks in the walls. Kids that are told by their parents not to play outside their house, not to kick a ball against the wall in fear that the gable wall will fall on top of them. That's not a way to raise children in the year 2021. Talk to the families who will tell you the medication that they're on, that that they've never had to be on because of this. Talk to the people who have suicidal tendencies now because of not knowing in desperation how they will be able to keep their family safe or how they'll be able to afford to build a new home. And as I said, I'm angry and I'm really, really disappointed that they haven't listened, because there was an opportunity when this scheme was shown not to be working, when the families came and told their very personal stories to all of the Sunder about how this was affecting them. There was an opportunity to do the right thing in terms of the financial, but also to lift that burden of worry and anxiety that so many of those families are going through. Well, first of all, I think the figures in that report, I think, estimate that every single house would have to be demolished and rebuilt at half a million euro. That isn't the case. That's not what people are looking for. People are looking just to restore what they had, and that's the reality. They're not looking for something new. They're not looking for something more flashy or a bigger house. They're looking to replace what they built, what they paid a mortgage for, what they worked through the years to actually save and pay off. And because of the fact that, during the Celtic Tiger era, during the Fianna Fáil era of no regulation, the quarry material that was used to build their home, their sanctuary, is defective and their walls are now crumbling around them. And that's not acceptable. So the state has the responsibility here to make it right. And look, what the people of Donegal are looking for is equality. The Mica families, rightly so, in Dublin and North Leinster, 2,000 of them, had 100% redress for their homes when they were defective. The people of Donegal deserve no less, demand equality, and we won't rest until we get that. Thanks, Million. Really appreciate it. Oh. Yeah, yeah. I know when you're there and you're like I was kids are teenagers in their junior
Yeah, he's a Sinn Féin candidate, yeah. Yeah, good, thanks, Daz, yeah. I just hope helping these people here. See if we can get something done, you know. How are you?
All right, Austin. All right, boy. You don't hear me?
Good man, yeah, yeah. 1 second, mate, 1 second. Cool, man, yeah, yeah, fair play, yeah. Nice one. Cool, man, yeah, yeah. Ah, grand, how's it going, man? What's the crack?
Actually, the glasses are on for a reason and there's no sun.
He's not really here.
I'm not really here,
Oh, rally up the troops, man. That's not right, mate. That's their houses there, look. How are you keeping, Pablo? All good, man. All good. Yeah, no bother, Pablo, yeah. Share the stream there, please, guys, will you? Please. Share it.
Liverpool and Leeds. How are you doing? Good turnout.
Say there's a lot more coming.
look at children. Sure, look at the weight of the whole children and everything else. They don't listen.
Oh, this is the end of the piece.
Here, here's a wee picture there.
Where are you from? Are you local?
I'm not sure. I live in Dublin.
Come on, Ben. Get in. Get in.
I'll throw all the pictures and for Patty and then we
I like that.
pictures all
Give
day.
me
So.
Jack. Come on. Come down.
Name and suits are there.
I'm from the Department of Education.
I'm so careful.
Right. A few sick teachers the other day.
Like, I'm just multi-million.
Okay, wait on there the phone before you get up there.
See, every single day, between winter and all, just since Dublin. And we have a special bus for ourselves, for the swimmers. Next point on Whoknowswho-dude, just north of Buncana. We're from Buncana. Just over the border from Derry. Derry is 15 miles away. So Andy, we're in the country, but we're close to Derry.
Hey lads.
Do you want me to put the can inside?
Ah, yeah.
Well, that's the point of homelessness, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
exactly,
it
you leave-
brings us up,
yeah.
Like, I'm told to leave the offer now.
Oh, we better.
Oh, the truth, and I'm
We better.
4 years clean off.
Well done.
What I meant homelessness.
Yeah, it brings a lot of problems, yeah.
It brings a lot of problems,
Yeah.
and this is a great end.
Yeah, well,
Drains,
yeah.
shuttle
I
drains,
can't imagine what it'd be like to be homeless, you know.
Yeah,
the thing.
I'm just telling you, I'm with folks.
We were so lucky, me and my wife, when we built a house. It was, you know, you got a grant of about 4,000 altogether.
Okay, yeah.
And our mortgage was only 14,000.
Yeah.
It's so bad for the young people.
There's nothing to help them. Nothing.
Oh, it is.
You know,
Like,
back in those
when you
days,
see the
you
kids
know,
on
Fianna
the
Fáil and Fine Gael were kind of like
Walk
socialist
together,
compared to
yeah.
what they are now.
Yeah? Yeah?
Days there is just a very corrupt government, I think, like, man.
That's why I come up to show me support, yeah?
Oh, that's bad.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Very close.
Thank you.
right across the street.
I know.
You know? Have you been there already? Oh, you were there already.
No, I'm not in the middle.
No? See you in a bit.
But if you go onto their website, are you on the internet?
No.
But they're back there. They're alone. I love that.
Michael, what are they doing?
Oh, for goodness sake, you got these big headed
No, yeah.
No, right. See like Gordy somewhere boost or some reason.
How are you? Thanks for taking the time.
Patrick, is it? Darren. Oh, Darren, sorry. Sorry. How you doing?
Well, the minister gave a timeline when he met with the working group 3 weeks. That's something that I know the Minister for Housing is engaging in. I think it's an important piece of this. I think it's important also that we ensure that there's full clarity as to how this came about, and indeed full certainty that it doesn't happen in the future. And that all has to be very clear in terms of how this is addressed as well. And the Minister for Housing is engaging the Attorney General around this.
Resources for it as well, to local authorities for anything.
Well, listen, I mean, the Minister for Housing is engaging with the Attorney General around it at the moment, so no doubt we can report back in relation to that. First of all, listen, every time there's an issue, I mean, safety is the equation, but for all of us that are there, the sole objective is actually to allow your families to get their lives back. And that's why there's been an issue of this scale in any county in the country before. It's pretty unprecedented in that regard, and it's particularly unprecedented for the families that are affected. That's been a blight in their lives that continues to be daily stressful, and it continues to be nightly stressful, and we need to fully support them. I don't feel squeezed. I feel a responsibility and an obligation to deliver for the constituents here, to deliver in relation to this massive issue. I'm glad there's always the pressure from the government, but I'm not in politics to be in opposition benches. I'm in politics to have the responsibility and capacity to actually deliver to the people that put you there. I'm glad that there's Donegal cabinet at the moment. I'm working very closely with colleagues that are now colleague, government colleague, as well as indeed Derek Mayo, members in other parts of the country as well. But there's now a big responsibility on us and on myself as a cabinet member in government to deliver a scheme that supports the many families that we represent. This is such a massive issue. And certainly I'm confident that given the support that's been there from the Taoiseach in relation to with Minister O'Brien in the first instance, setting up a working group to define what the issues are, and also the clear support and understanding from across the challenge, and definitely this is for families, that we can deliver a scheme that would meet the needs of homeowners, and certainly that's my objective in government for the next couple of weeks. Families in the majority of cases are still paying mortgages, and you know, massive, for whom this is a massive, even getting their home replaced, even with full cost, massive challenge and massive stress in their lives. So I think, listen, across government now there is a very strong understanding of the weeks are particularly crucial and important for the many years to come in terms of getting this right and getting this scheme that works. And there's a responsibility on us in government on behalf of families to do that, and I am confident that we will have an outcome that delivers well.
Charlie, would you be willing to spend 3.8 billion in the coming years?
Well, the government, obviously, any decision the government takes which has financial considerations, the government has to reflect on and have a strong level of assessment of what is involved. That's prudent for any government in relation to making their decision, and coming out of the report of government will be reflecting on and considering those matters so that can be considered in that profile. And indeed, the engagement in writing the draft and Minister O'Brien in relation to this. So all these things have to be fully considered by government, but the key thing here and the key consideration here as well alongside that is the situation facing homeowners and the need to support them.
Hey, Major Ugly. How's it going, mate? Ah, good, thanks, mate. Good. Not about it. Not about it.
What
100%. Now. 100%. Now. 100%. Now. 100%. Now. 100%. Now. Now we're 90% vaccinated over here.
Our bricks are falling. What do we want?
100%.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
100%.
When do we want it? When do we want it? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it?
Hundred percent. Now. Basically, it's defective blocks were sold to build our houses. It's nearly 10 years going on, and nobody's been held accountable, and people are ending up homeless and everything. Sorry. Can we just get a look at your sign there, just real quick? Basically, that's what's going on. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, have you?
Basically, they were sold defective blocks and bricks, and the company won't pay. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of houses are crumbling and falling down, and there's people ending up homeless and everything over it. And the government only want to give them 70% of the money, so we're out trying to get the rest. So we're doing a march to the government now. You see on the signs there, there's their houses there, look. Just get a look at your sign there real quick. That's their houses there. Thank you. So we're trying to get the government to pay. Now. 100%. 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 Now. Now. This here is O'Connell Street, yeah? Yeah, it's going well, isn't it? Great turnout. Thank God, man. Thank God. Great turnout now. Honest to God, yeah. Oh, they'll get it. Hopefully, you'll get it across the line, you know? Fair play, Rob. Great turnout, man. Morning, Aaron. How's it going, mate?
What do we need? When do we need it? Now! What do we need? 100%! When do we need it? Now!
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the GPO, man. It's one of the, that's the most historic building in Dublin, man. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, thanks, man. Great turnout, man. Delighted. No bother me. Look, I just had a few hours to spare myself today, so said I'd come up and show me support, you know. Oh, brother. Phew. Oh, I couldn't tell you, man. I'd be guessing, lad. I'd be guessing. Oh, there's definitely thousands. Oh, there's thousands, dude. I'd say a group of, I don't know, man. I don't want to say really because I'm not. Oh, there's definitely there's close to 5,000, if not more, anyway. Exactly, sorry, yeah. Exactly, mate.
Redress through the dawn. No one standing on rock, I'm crumbling blocks of my home and Donegal. This road is so long, but I must be strong and I'm not to blame. And I am not the only one, there's thousands you just the same. Remember, down in Dublin, Now feels to fight us on. No one seems to care. All that we want is our houses built. I don't think that's unfair. And a big circulating 5-year-old fight for us all. He's doing his best to get a full redress for our homes in Donegal. My last final word.
Listen, hey, they're going to have to put a gap in the beat people down because they have to know this. They keep the whole way from Donegal to the there to be part of us here. We have to let them through. The gap down there, if they're still here, the sound system goes the whole way to the bottom. So we're going to try some kind of gap that people do, or please people move to the left. These people cannot go way back here. They have to get a chance to come closer. And then we can get started. Yeah, listen, I only think it'll take about 15 steps to the left, I think.
100%. Now. 100%. Now. 100%. Now. 100%. Now. What do you think, about 5,000-6,000 maybe, wasn't it?
That's great. Go now. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, God.
I know, yeah. Yeah, honest to God, yeah, just there where you said it. Let's get that ashtray there, isn't it?
Alright, go ahead. Alright, go on. Doesn't lose a life there.
No, that's alright, that's lovely, thank you.
I'd love to tell you that I'm happy of the crowd and people that's down here today, but you know what, I swear to God, I am actually disgusted that we've had to come down here today. Because the man that works down office there behind us there makes me sick. That's the Minister of Housing that have left us behind. We're sick. We are sick of the lies that man has turned around and says. He turned around and says we can answer the end of July, then in the middle of September, then the end of September. And now he doesn't even know what he's doing himself. So that's the word here about the pressure on Darrell Breen. Darrell Breen brought us here, not Paddy Number or Donegal people. Sort it out, Darrell Breen, sort it out. And all people need to sort us here and never forget us here, because that's how it's going to go through. As the TDs, the public, this is one thing we can never forget. They are the people that's going to push us over the line, and if they don't push it over the line, and if they don't vote for 100%, we're not going to listen to none of their lies or none of their pretenses or nothing. If they don't get it over the line, don't darken our doors over again, boys. That's the bottom line. But there's another problem here as well we need to understand. And this is a story about people turning around and saying about fixing the house and not fixing the house. There's a problem here. This problem has known this for over 10 years. And this problem started off. They're fixing our houses, that's big enough. But what do you say this like? Because what are we going to fix in our houses for these rocks that nobody's regulating still? The bottom line is this: the government have to do a job that no family ever has to go through what we're going through. That's the bottom line. That shouldn't happen in Donegal or anywhere in Ireland or anywhere. So we're asking, see the whole of Ireland or anybody that's watching, make sure your TDs do their job and the Donegal county councils. Because our Donegal county councils there all the time, that shouldn't happen nobody. And from now on it stops. Listen folks, we're walking around this here city. Anybody that's take their rest, take their time, because we are in no panic today. We're going to let the people of Dublin know what torture is like. We're going to talk to them today the way our lives have been tortured for years, and hopefully they support us. This program home tonight, I'm going to pass it on to more of the people, alright? Good luck.
You'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit hoarse, because I've said 1,000 times, what do we want?
100%!
When do we want it? No! Thank you for coming to Dublin. Not once, but twice. And if we have to come for a third time, will you come with us? Thank you for taking another day off work to support Mica campaigners who have brought the Mica campaign from the kitchen table to the cabinet table. Thank you to the businesses who closed up to allow their employees to attend the march. Thank you to the schools who gave the children a day off to attend with their parents. But most of all, thank you to you for standing up for yourself. The final decision now rests with our cabinet. We have come to Dublin to show our government our solidarity does not wane. In fact, the clamour for justice for affected homeowners grows ever stronger. Affected families come here in full knowledge of having done nothing wrong. We occupy the high moral ground. We are well aware that the redress scheme will bring a significant burden to taxpayers. We are taxpayers in addition to affected homeowners. I share the frustration of taxpayers because I am a taxpayer and you are taxpayers. I ask taxpayers to understand that in this scandal there are victims. And there are perpetrators. Central government and local government for 40 years sat on their hands, ignored domestic and EU legislation, and permitted the construction industry and suppliers of building blocks to, the word is, self-regulate. Our government, by laissez-faire practices and by permitting self-regulation, fostered a culture where profit became the goal and quality and consumer rights were eroded for us homeowners. I would say to taxpayers to look to our government offer you an explanation of how the Pyrite scandal, the Mica scandal, the Dublin, not one but various flat scandals unfolded, and to seek justification from our government for the cost of this scheme to you. A public apology is well overdue for all of us here. I would advise that you, the taxpayer, demand a full public investigation. Campaigners have been told by civil servants in the last 2 weeks that no independent formal investigation is warranted. Do you out there think we need an investigation?
Yes! Yes!
We must have a formal investigation to shine a light into dark corners and to make recommendations for the future to ensure that we regain confidence in the construction industry. Can we really say for certain that the Mica crisis cannot happen again? No, we cannot. We did not learn from the Pyrite scandal. We must learn from the Mica scandal. Whoever heard this slogan? It's the slogan of the Concrete Foundation of Ireland, and they lauded it for years on all the lorries, the concrete lorries. Concrete built, better built. Does that not ring very, very hollow to you now?
Yes.
Finally, this grassroots campaign has served to awaken the people. Let us learn from this. Families and teachers here today must teach our young on how they can influence politics into the future, to give birth to a new kind of politics where the needs of the people take first and foremost position to banks, big business, speculators and investors. We must have confidence in the construction industry reinstated. We have no confidence as it now stands. The government must immediately introduce rigorous testing of aggregate, strict enforcement of existing domestic and EU law. A whole new layer of governance and oversight must be put in place. The Mica crisis is nothing short of criminal.
Unbelievable.
Failure. For which this government, both national and local, must make reparations or pay the ultimate price. Let this scandal bring something positive. For indeed, it has broken the hearts and challenged the well-being of families in Donegal and in Mayo. Can I say to you, thank you for, by coming here today, you are challenging the old status quo. Have no doubt that your presence here is being well watched by our government and has the potential to radically affect politics into the future. Take care, all of you. Thank you for your support. Make no mistake about it. You people out there, you are the And thank you for listening. Thank you, Anne. How do I follow that? Welcome, Johnny Girl! And welcome to Mayo and all of the other county representatives and affected and taking time off work, off school, college, and in making the long journey to the capital once again. Especially given the circumstances that many of you are living through, as many of you watch your homes collapse on a daily basis. We are deeply indebted, and as someone said to me this week, it has brought the whole county together. We are sick of getting treated as second-class citizens and as a forgotten county. Over the last number of weeks have been asking, and rightly so, why are you seeking redress from the government? Surely it's not the fault of the government, and instead you should be going after the real perpetrators. Well, that's a reasonable question, and let's be very clear. After almost 10 years campaigning on this issue on behalf of homeowners, it won't surprise you, I hope, to learn that we did consider all other avenues for redress. These avenues for redress included going after the supplier on a legal base that ultimately collapsed due to lack of insurance. How was this allowed to happen? That the largest supplier in the county was allowed to operate without such insurance. We went after the insurers, home bonds and home insurance, both of whom were allowed to walk away. We went after the banks, even though banks are one of the key stakeholders themselves, due to most affected families having mortgages. They have also refused to help. And they have refused to engage with affected families. So, to clearly answer the question of why government redress and why we ask the government to provide 100% redress to fix our homes, let's make it very simple for those people who still are playing catch up. We are not to blame. We did nothing wrong. Yes. The government presided over a system of self-certification, light touch regulation, and lack of adherence to existing Irish and state EU legislation, which caused this crisis. The government have not held key stakeholders, such as the suppliers, banks, and insurers to account. They have simply allowed them to walk away. Instead, they have asked us affected homeowners to clean up their mess. We cannot and we will not do this. On the issue of cost, which we have heard so much about over the last few weeks, let's talk about the 3.2 billion. The government released this figure last week as their estimate as to how much this may in fact cost the state. Firstly, it is important to note that this figure was never discussed or agreed upon by family representatives on the working group. Where did they come up with this estimate? Given that neither we nor they have any idea of the scale of the true cost of addressing this crisis. They also leaked a figure of €350,000. These figures were released in conjunction with the narrative that this is not their money, that this is in fact the people's money, taxpayers' money. As Anne said, let's be clear, we are also taxpayers. Yes. We are taxpayers in Donegal, our tax on our wages, property tax on our homes, and VAT on the construction of our homes. We have pay back again on the rebuilding of our homes. This tactic of focusing on cost and redirecting this burden of cost onto the taxpayer was a low blow in this government campaign to discredit us and to somehow intimate that we are spongers living in mansions while looking for government handouts. After this report from the working group last week, which was described to me by a key media outlet as one which will go down in history as one of the worst reports ever published by government because of its 90% cut and paste jobs, as well as its complete lack of detail on any of the key issues we're asked to address. This report and its lack of support for 100% redress for those families most affected who have to demolish their homes have served only to galvanise support and to put fire in the bellies of affected homeowners across the affected counties. The irony of this focus on €3.2 billion rang true a few days ago with the release of the shiny new National Development Plan with a budget of €165 billion up to 2030. How much of our hard-earned taxes comes back into our county? Let's see. We have no rail network, no bus network, the worst roads and broadband infrastructure in the state, to name but a few. We are not spongers. We have bought or built our homes ourselves. We are from nothing wrong, and we are not to blame. The true cost of this human crisis can best be measured in the thousands of sleepless nights where parents have walked the floors unable to sleep due to worry that the roofs may collapse on them and their family members. The true cost of this crisis can be measured in the many thousands of people who have been treated for severe anxiety and depression due to being overwhelmed with how they will get themselves out of this mess, due to not having enough money to either access the scheme or indeed fix their homes. The true cost of this crisis can be measured in the huge increase in marriage or family breakups due to the unending pressure that this has imposed on families. The true cost of this crisis can be measured in the thousands of children who have known nothing but Mica, who are too embarrassed to ask their friends over to play due to cracking in their homes, who are too frightened to kick a ball or too frightened to sleep on their own bed, who haven't had their bedrooms decorated in 10 years because next year their parents hope to be able to fix their homes. These children have had their childhoods robbed from them. We cannot and we will not allow this to continue. For thousands of affected families, we are stuck in limbo and have nowhere to go. As someone recently described it as like watching an earthquake in slow motion. We have put our lives on hold for too long, and we refuse to do it any longer.
Sorry people, I just need to tell you about the power of the media, and this is my family from the Power of Dreams, the Hotel Lower. Listen, my unfortunate of your awareness out there all over Ireland and all around, so whatever she says goes, so whatever she says you do, right?
Thanks, Paddy. Okay, right. See what you have in your hands right now, that's power. Your feet are on the street, but we need to tweet. We need to put social media out there. The one thing we did when I met Paddy 5 weeks ago is we made a decision to unite all of Ireland and not feel like we're isolated, because we did enough of that in COVID. So right now, can I ask you to take your phones out? Let's go live. Come on, let's do this, because sometimes we're not getting enough coverage. I bet you they're going to report those 50 people here today. How about we make that real? How about we go live right now? So you've got Insta. Yeah, give us a cheer there, that was nice. Alright, come on. If you can't go live, record this and put it up later on your social media. Let's see the phones in the air. Just turn around and show the numbers. I'll count from 20 back. Let's get everybody in this. This is real, people. This is a life or death situation. And right now, you have power in your hands. Thanks. Wow, Dara, right? Look at this crowd! I'm representing from the North Mayo Pyrite Group. This is Judy Tracy, Martina Haggerty, Gina Laffey, Mayo, Sligo, Donegal, Clare, Limerick and Tipperary. Stand here together, united in one cause. Instead of our beloved west coast of Ireland being the wide Atlantic Way, it is now the crumbling Atlantic Way, thanks to light tax regulations. We told this government on the 15th of June, if we didn't get 100% redress, we would be back. We are here. We are bigger, stronger, and louder. This government has done everything they can to keep these plants down the road. Well, we are here again to tell them we are not going to give in and go away. They have tried to turn the public against us with their leaks through the media and our figures and costs pulled out of the sky. It hasn't worked and it won't work. This country and its people won't be moved by their tactics. This campaign and the fight for our homes is getting stronger and stronger. It has now reached all over the world. The world is watching and waiting for them to do the right, the morally right thing, and correct the devastating negligence of the past. If they had not allowed manufacturers to self-regulate in the first place, we would be living in safe homes, but we are not. have tirelessly worked their backsides off and continue to do so. We in Whoknowswho Pyrite are so proud to be part of this campaign, and we are under no illusion. We in Mayo and the rest of the counties affected would be nowhere without the whole of the Donegal team. The month of September outside Leinster House was genius, and we were proud to be part of it. On the 15th of June, I said Paddy Dinner should be made an honorary Mayo. Well, I'm up that. Paddy should be made Irish Person of the Year.
Hello folks, first of all I'd like to thank the organising group. Give them one more applause. The last time the rally was here, Sligo had no action group and we had no voice. Today we have an action group. We stand here for the people of Sligo, the old and the vulnerable who can't be here. We stand for them. They've done no wrong. We will not be ignored. Shoulder to shoulder we stand with Donegal, Mayo, Clearing and Limerick. One voice, one say. We want Pirate Crew, that's what we want. We want homes that are safe to live in, that our families can be rearing. That's what we want. We're calling on this government, Mica, David, and Leo, to stand up for your people, show leadership, stand up for your people and do the right thing. We in Sligo are calling on the minister to recognise Sligo has a problem as well, and to make sure that we're included in this pilot scheme. There are too long he's forgot about us, but we will not let him forget about us. Legend has it that St. Patrick dropped the stakes out of Ireland. Well, this government could be elected too, and join
I fully endorse all the comments made by the previous speakers here today. The Limerick Pyrite Action Group fully supports the campaign led by Donegal, Mayo, Sligo, Clare and Limerick for the 100% redress. We demand 100% redress, not just for the homes we know about today. We demand 100% redress for the homes that in 5, 6 or 7 years' time begin to show cracks. Homes, these are houses that are referred to as homes. They're homes for people and they were very hard to earn. How many members of the North, if they lived in one of these damaged houses, would accept any of the offers we have had so far? Ministers are worried about the cost of the taxpayer. We're all taxpayers. I don't remember them being worried about the taxpayer when they bailed out the bank. They're suggesting taking the banks and insurance companies involved. And now it is the very late stage, at last, the quarries. The quarries are the perpetrators of all our problems. And their negligence has brought us here today for the second time. And if it keeps going, maybe for the third time. We have to get 100% redress without restrictions or caveats. What do we want? 100%! When do we want it?
Now!
No, put that on there. Put that phone in there like this. No, it's 13% off. You're not using it.
Hi folks, I'm Aidan Jackson, chairperson of the Mica Action Group. And with me I have Joe Morgan, who's a fellow member of the working group. On behalf of the Mica Action Group, I'd like to say how overwhelmed I am at the crowd, which is exactly what we needed. I'd like to thank you all from wherever you came in the country to put your feet on the street in Dublin today. While travelling from Milford, I thought it was very apt that we were going to start the march today at the Garden of Remembrance, because now is the time to start a little bit of remembering ourselves. MAG have been 10 years on this trail, 10 years fighting this battle, and hopefully we can see some light at the end of this tunnel. Over those 10 years, there's some really good people worked on the Mica Action Group, and I'd like to just personally thank them today. They were extra special. Thank you. It's also a time to remember the visit of Leo Varadkar to Inishowen, when he came up and said that we deserved parity with Pyrite.
Yep.
It's also a time to remember when Michael Doherty and I sat in front of Charlie McConnell, Micheál Martin and Darragh O'Brien, and they told us that this 90-10 scheme wasn't good enough and we deserved 100%. And it's also time to remember that Darragh O'Brien on the 15th of June told us that 100% was not off the table. My hope for you all today is that you enjoy your wee dander through the streets of this dirty old town. And that tonight, when you sleep in your bed, you can sleep knowing comfortably that you have played your part in making sure that all homes and buildings that are affected by mica and pyrite will be included in this scheme. You have played your part in making sure that we will get a state-backed guarantee and a certification on your homes when it's finished. And finally, you have played your part in making sure that we get 100% redress for our homes. Sorry about that.
Wow. Guys, I wanted to start just by offering a little bit of courtesy to our host city today, Dublin. So good afternoon, Dublin. I want to introduce you to Donegal. When do we want it? In July this year, Minister Darragh O'Brien asked homeowner representatives to join a working group that was supposed to be a collaboration between them and the Department of Housing civil servants. It was as far from a collaboration as you could get, folks. Every proposal that was put on the table to one Mr. Paul Benson was trashed. Every idea to fix the problem in Donegal and down the western seaboard of Ireland was trashed. Not one proposal or recommendation was put on the table by our civil servants to fix this problem. It was on the homeowners to come up with the proposals and the solutions that would help every single family across the western seaboard to end this crisis. The Department of Housing asked the homeowners to come up with a methodology that would tell us how much it would cost to fix these homes. What does that say about our civil servants in the Department of Housing who are unable to do basic calculations per square foot and arrive at a fixed cost to fix every one of our homes, no matter the size? Minister O'Brien joined us at the last meeting of the working group, and he appeared a little bit distracted. So Minister O'Brien, we're back to your office, and we are here to make it very clear. What do we want?
100%!
Where do we want it?
Now!
Thank you.
Well, that's overwhelming. This goes back from, we had the first meeting of the groups back in early May. to organise a march in Letterkenny and in Showen. We didn't think we had enough people to have the march back then. We had to organise the first march here in Dublin. We didn't think we were going to have enough people. At the start of last week, I didn't think we were going to have enough people. My God, look at the crowd here today. Unbelievable! Sleepless nights, endless phone calls worrying that we weren't going to have enough people here. And just want to thank all the sponsors and all the people that done raffles, all the organising committees, especially all the girls down at Showen worked tirelessly, fundraising, getting money for everything that was needed. No task was too big for them. I'd like to see Highland Radio here. I'd like to thank Highland Radio and Greg Hughes. They give us all the time and the platform that we needed to get our message across. And we responded, and we're here in 1,000. And all we want is our homes back to the way we built them and bought them. Thanks, folks.
What do we want, folks?
100%!
When are we going to get it?
Now!
What do we need?
100%!
When are we going to get it?
Now!
That's the spirit, folks. Now bear with me. I wanted to stand naked on the M50 with a sign. But the Mags group and Paddy never said if I caused a blockage. Living in myself. So they said you'll have to do a speech instead. So folks, bear with me. I'm really nervous and I actually need to pee. So, anyway, I'm Chris Dunny. I'm not a politician, I'm not a political activist, and I'm not a seasoned campaigner. I'm just an ordinary man from Letterkenny. I just want to say this is one of the most proudest moments of my life. To see you all here fighting this injustice. North, East, South, West Donegal, Northern Ireland, all the affected states, all the affected counties. We are here, and we are here with one aim, 100% redress. I realised I had Mica in my home. Was something wrong with my home in 2012? Not long after, I heard the words Mica, and I wish to God I had never heard those words. They are a blight on our lives. It left me feeling isolated, feeling despaired, and feeling totally alone. Looking at you all today makes me realise we will never be alone with this any longer. We are all united in one aim. We are all one family. Maybe a dysfunctional Mica family, but we are all one family. We will all get through this together. I travel Donegal every day with my work. All over Donegal. And our county has been blighted by this curse. Every single town I go to, people are concerned. They're asking about Mica. People from all generations. People from all walks of life. Some of them have been living with the scourge point girls. And some of you have only realised in this last few months. I want to commend you all for coming here today, for facing this fear head on. And I'd also like to thank everybody that is not directly affected by Mica for coming here today and showing this government what this country is all about. Before the march last June, I was really lost. I couldn't get my head around how to go forward. Then I met Paddy Liver. Eileen Doherty. I met Ann Owen. And I met Michael Doherty. They invited us after the march, a few of us from different areas, to come in and give different opinions and advice to the working group. And by God, they inspired me to realize we can fight this. I witnessed firsthand the relentless months of work. They're even sitting in the trains to try and silence us. We work our asses off. We give all the money, the effort and time afforded all over the summer went into producing the working group's final submission paper for the government. We gave them options to solve our Mica dilemma. They literally did nothing. We give them remedies and answers to the hundreds of queries that Mica presents. They did nothing. We ordinary homeowners put our lives on hold to find a solution to every single problem that we can foresee, because we did not want this delayed any further. What did the government do?
Nothing.
They did sweet F.A. We presented those findings to the government last week. What did we get in response? We got some hastily over-exaggerated costs releasing to the public domain. Sums of money plucked out of thin air and designed to shock the public. Why? Because they weren't prepared. Because they actually did sweet FA all summer while we did everything. Then they said, listen, folks, we've got it now. We'll come back to you whenever. How dare they treat us like this? We are better than whenever. We are better than nothing. Then they target the word, and this is the sickening part, folks, the really sickening part. They target the word finance over family. Finance before family. What kind of country has the island of Ireland become? When the government puts their finances before these families, it beggars belief. These families are going through hell, a living hell, a financial hell, a prolonged, unnecessary hell. Not to mention the mental health anguish imposed every man, woman and child. How can this government prolong this hell? Shame on them!
Shame on them!
We're all proud people. We're all proud people in Donegal. We're proud people of Ireland. We never ask for anything. But sometimes problems are too big to solve ourselves. We have done no wrong, but we have been wrong. We have been wronged by shoddy block manufacturers. We have been wronged by shoddy building regulations. We have been wronged by consecutive uncaring governments. But we are here to say we will take this no more. Enough is enough. If they think that we will crumble, if they think that we will fall, we will not. We won't be treated like second-class citizens. We are proud. We had a dream to have a home, to raise our families, and to be happy. Those dreams are shattered. The people in power have the capability to give us our dreams back. Please, please, politicians, government, everybody, help us get our dreams back. Save our home. Thank you.
Folks, what can you say that hasn't been said? This is an incredible day. I want to start off by welcoming every single man, woman and child from the proud county of Donegal for coming down here today. I don't think there's anybody left up there. And of course, I want to welcome our friends from Mayo, from Limerick, Sligo, from Leitrim, from Tipperary, and from any other part of this country that has travelled here in solidarity with the Mica families. But today is not a gathering and it's not a protest. Today is a revolution. And that started very recently. And I remember it well. I got a message. There was a video of one man who got extremely angry and blocked the lorry. And since that day, a sleeping tiger was woken. And that has brought us this point. And Paddy Dover, he joined the heroic people of Eileen Doherty, Michael Doherty, Anne Owens, Eamon Jackson, and everybody who's been fighting for this campaign to its end. But we know as Donegal people that we've been neglected and shafted for a good part of a century. There was an investment in infrastructure and roads, the likes of our healthcare system. But when the houses of our friends and our neighbours started to fall down, that was a step too far. And that is why we are here today. And I have no doubt that this campaign will be successful, because no government worth its salt can hold these people back. This is a tsunami that will not be stopped, and we will get 100% redress. Folks, years from now, I know when I kiss my grandchildren good night, and the walls around them are keeping them safe, it's because of every single person standing here today. Because we will have delivered 100% redress and equality with every other county in Ireland.
I'm delighted to stand along with the first citizen of Donegal today, Councillor Murray, and to see the amount of people that are here representing our county, our proud county. We shouldn't have to be here. We shouldn't have to come back to Dublin, but we do, and we did in our numbers. And there's only one thing that has to happen now. The government, the state, must deliver on 100% redress for all our houses. No matter what they are, no matter where they are, we have to be delivered. This cannot keep going on any longer. We have suffered, our people have suffered, houses that we go into every day, children, families have suffered for long enough. We've been dragged for long enough. We've been dragged all through the summer. From June, the working group, and I want to just particularly acknowledge the work that that working group has done throughout the summer. Hours, days, weeks of work. Morning, noon and night, I've seen it firsthand, the time, the effort, what they've given up, their family time for the last 4 months. For us, the people that has our houses falling down. That's what they've done. Now it's up to the government. The civil servants did not listen to one word. Not one word did they listen to what was put in front of them. And now it's time for the government to make that right, to deliver for every household in this country, every household in our county, and not just on 100% redress. Yes, that is the big, most important factor here. But there is a lot of other elements within IS 465, within the protocol, and within the whole system that has been put together for the redress scheme that has to change. The red tape, how difficult it's made for homeowners, is not acceptable. And that has all got to change, and it has all got to be put right so that we can deliver a scheme that is suitable for every household. We must leave here today, we are leaving with one message and one voice. 100% redress for everyone. Thank you.
Hey. Hey.
to say welcome to Dublin, to your capital city. We're here to tell you very simply that we support 100% redress for every family, for every home that has been affected by Mica and Pyrite. End of story, full stop, and shin A. We're here because we believe in equality, because we believe in fairness, because we believe that the little guy or the little gal really, really matters. We're here because we believe that your government should serve you, that your government should protect you. We're here because we visited homes and we've heard the stories of the cracked gable walls and the chimneys about to fall, and all of the disruption and sadness and all of the anguish that has been caused in families who now live in a caravan and still pay a big mortgage on their family home. That is not right. I met a wee girl from Donegal earlier, and I can't remember your name, but you're out there and you have a little placard and it says, "We paid for our homes the first time, don't make us pay again." And to that wee girl and her family, you got that in one. There's an issue here of basic fairness. So here's what we want to say now to the government, and as you know, we've plenty to say to them. I want Micheál Martin and Leo Varadkar and Eamon Ryan, let's say, to travel to Donegal, to travel to Mayo, to Sligo, to Limerick, to hear at first hand your stories, to see with their own eyes the real damage that has been done. And then I want to ask them this. Having seen all of that, how could you look at yourself in the mirror if you are not prepared to do right by all of these families? This is a matter of fairness and justice. Remember this too, that in June, on the 15th of June, all of the Dáil agreed to a Sinn Féin motion that committed to 100% redress. That's the position of the Dáil, and therefore the government must deliver on that. Nothing less, folks. I heard someone earlier on saying that Sarah O'Brien, whose officers are here, had said that 100% redress wasn't off the table. Well, let me say this. That's not good enough. We need to know that 100% redress is on the table. And so the minister and the government can run, but they cannot hide. They cannot hide from this tide of passion, of determination, and they certainly can't hide from Paddy Diver.
can make the difference. And my friends, as we say thank you again this afternoon, you took that stand and you are making the world of a difference. You will win. You will win because your cause is right. And Sinn Féin, my party, my colleagues are with you 100% of the way. For 100%.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. The massive crowd that is here today. There's a lot of people here. Everybody deserves a hearing. And if we can respect for one another, please. If we can respect. People traveled a long way. People deserve to get here.
Sorry. Let us show respect. I ask you to, everyone has their point of view, and I am asking you now to, please show respect. Please show respect. Please show respect. Show respect. Show respect to Charlie. He deserves respect. Okay. Let this man speak.
Thank you, Anne. I want to acknowledge the massive crowd that is here today and the massive message that you are all delivering to us. And I speak here on behalf of myself and my colleague Dara Cleary, and our colleagues in the party and Fianna Fáil in government. I recognise and we recognise the massive responsibility on us to you. The massive blight that this issue has been in families' lives for many years now. The massive daily stress and nightly stress that this issue means in terms of people being able to live a normal life and not being able to do so. And I want to recognise the work that the campaign, that Paddy and Eileen and Anne and Michael and Eamon and Joe and all of you have carried out in relation to ensuring that it wasn't just the people in Donegal and Mayo and a couple of other counties that were aware of this problem. That everybody right across the country now knows what a blight Mica is on people's lives and the need for people to get redress. And I want to be absolutely clear in my support for 100% redress. As Cabinet Minister, I am working for that. The work of the homeowners over the summer in what was undoubtedly a very frustrating process was crucial in terms of putting all the issues on the table. And it is now up to the government. The government's decision, it is the government who was elected by you, and it is the government who has the responsibility. And it is myself, Dara, and our colleagues in the other parties and government's responsibility to deliver a scheme that serves you, that replaces your homes and that fully delivers 100% redress and finance to fix those homes. We are well aware of the challenge that everyone has and that this means for you, and to be honest, it's not going to be about what I say here today. The real test is going to be the scheme that is delivered and what we can deliver, and whether that's 1 week or 2 weeks' time. And the right thing is that we get the right outcome, that we get the right changes, that we get the right scheme, and that we get 100% redress to fully finance people's homes being replaced. And that is going to, because that scheme is going to have to stand the test of time. That scheme is going to have to replace many homes over a number of years to come. So whether it's a week now or 2 weeks, it has to be right and it has to deliver for you. And we are very aware of the massive responsibility we have in government. And I fought in opposition for many years, raising this as an issue, trying to ensure a scheme would be put in place. It's different when you're in government, you have to be in there delivering it. That is the responsibility that is on us now. It's a responsibility we take very seriously to our neighbours, to our friends, to our family, to homeowners in each county affected. And I give you my absolute commitment that I have been and will be working night and day with my colleagues to deliver a scheme that properly supports you in that and delivers full redress. So thank you very much for the message today, and we continue to work to deliver the scheme. Thank you.
You've given us a Mayo, Sligo, Donegal, from Limerick to Prairie and Clare. We are here with you. You've given us a job to do. We will do the job and we will do it right.
You obviously didn't do it.
Everybody in the Mayo Pyrite group, in the North Mayo Pyrite group, who have done work, and to everybody in the Mica Action Group, all of the people you met here today, worked through the summer on a fantastic document. It says 100%. We know what that means. That's what we're working to deliver. That's what we're here to do. And we've heard your message. Thank you.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a few words, and it'll be a few words, because let's face it, folks, the time for the words are finished. You know that. You want action. We need to finish this job and finish it shortly. And my last conversation, if you don't mind, my last conversation with the late Bernard McGuinness was about Mica. And I spoke to Bernard about Mica, and he knows what I need to do. He knew what the government need to do, and I will be doing exactly what he wishes in his absence today. And I know his family is here, and we're all thinking about him. But lastly, to all the women, the men, the grandparents, the parents, the children, the aunties, the uncles that have been living this nightmare for 10 years, I say to you today, and I'll continue to say, I am behind you. 90% didn't work. It didn't work. It wasn't going to work. I support you 100%. I'm with you 100%. Let's finish the job. Let's get it done. And to the committee, to Anne, to Eileen, everybody who's done the work to get this where we are today. Well done. For our guys, or the people to us.
Action for Labour!
Oh, Jesus
But I think they got the message.
Obviously you didn't.
On behalf of People Before Profit, just want to say that this is a powerful demonstration of people power. This is the largest protest during a week for decades. It's made more impressive by knowing how far, how long so many of you had to travel in order to be here. In reaction, we know what will happen. We know the favoured tactics of the establishment. The favoured tactic they have is to divide and rule ordinary people. What they try to say is that people in Dublin don't support the call for 100%. That's what they try to say. They try to pit people in cities against people who are not in cities. I'm here to tell you, on behalf of the people I represent, do not believe a word of it. The people I represent support the call for 100%. And why? One, because of basic solidarity. Because they know an injury to one is an injury to all, and they say fair play to you for standing up and fighting back and showing how it can be done. But secondly, it's because they know that your fight is their fight. It's the same reason that your houses are crumbling down, that there's 10,000 people homeless, that there's rents out of control, that there's students relying on food banks to survive. And why is that? It's because housing is being organised around greed and profit and not for people's needs. The division in our society is not between urban and rural. It's between working people, no matter where they live or what kind of job they do, on the one hand, and on the other hand, the cowboy builders, the suppliers, the developers, and the bankers.
What are you on about? Hey! What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Know who the establishment politicians represent? Just think back to one thing. When it came to bailing out the bankers, when it came to finding 64 billion for bankers and bondholders, they didn't have a trouble finding that money.
Yes! 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 Yes!
And yet they say they can't find the money to allow people to have a secure home over their head. That's why we all stand together against them. That's why you need to keep the feet on the streets, because people power is going to win. And when we win 100%, that isn't just a victory for the people of Donegal, of Mayo, of Sligo, of Limerick and everywhere else. It's a victory for everybody in the struggle to say that homes should be for need, not for greed. Thank you all very much. Fair play.
I wouldn't even record that.
No, it's okay.
Delete the fucker.
Hello, folks. My God, is there anybody left in Donegal today? There's some crowd here. My name is Marie Sherlock. I'm a senator based here in Dublin, but I'm proud to say that for 17 years I've been travelling to Innishowen and Carndonna. That area has played an enormous part of my life because my husband is from there.
Well, you got to do much about it!
On behalf of the Labour Party, we want to stand in solidarity with all of you, each man, woman and child standing here today from Donegal, from Limerick, from Clare, from Mayo, from Sligo and every other county that is affected by Mica. And we're here to say to you that we stand in solidarity with you and demand 100% redress, no less than that. We know that for your community, that for you, the householders that are directly affected by Mica, this is a massive crisis. But it's not just for you as householders, it's for your community. Those young people who want to go and buy a house cannot buy a house. Those people who are trying to raise their families go to bed every night wondering when the game of roll is going to fall, and through no fault of your own. And we want to say to you that your country has failed you, has let you down by failing to properly regulate the building suppliers in this country. This country has failed you in not having the laws in place to allow you to go after those people who have ensured that you're in such a desperate situation now with your houses crumbling. And our clear message today on behalf of the Labour Party is that we need the government to step up to the mark now and have that 100% redress. I know because my father-in-law worked largely as a councillor in Inishowen, and I know Councillor Martin Barnes of the Labour Party has been working tirelessly for years on this issue, but it is the government that now needs to respond.
Right, go home now.
And the last thing I want to say,
you have a home to go to.
is that while Mica is the single most important and serious building defect in this country right now, it is not the only one. And I can tell you there are communities across this country with fire safety defects, particularly here in this city, and they are looking at you in awe because you have stood up for yourselves. You have come to Dublin and made your voice heard, and we will stand with you and make sure that when you go home you will get that 100% redress. So thank you.
Shit.
It's best to take your jacket off if you're going to have a fight, I always think. Ladies and gentlemen, what you needed to do today was to turn up on your drones. Well, you've done that 100%. Well done. Congratulations. Now that you've done your bit, it's time for politicians to do theirs. I learned a horrible lesson years back, and it's to do with the A&E in Roscommon Town that no longer exists. We fought a campaign there. We got one TD out of the two government TDs to resign. The other one didn't. And because the other one didn't do the right thing, our A&E is now closed. So, the lesson from today is, we can make this complicated, or we can make this simple. And if we want to make this simple, this is the route we've got to go. Dara Calleary, you've got to resign from government if we don't get what we're looking for. Charlie McConnell, you've got to resign. Joe McHugh, you've got to resign. That's what we're looking for. Michael Ring, you've got to resign from government if we don't get what we're looking for. Now there are a few other government TDs spread around these counties. They're pretty much anonymous, but if you want to put your name on the map, people like Alan, I used to be a county footballer from Mayo, you've got to resign too if we want to win this. And when I say it's simple, it is simple, because the A&E in Roscommon Town would be open today if someone like Frank Feehan had done the right thing and resigned. And because he didn't, it's gone. Learn from that lesson. It's not about wrong and right.
It should be, but it isn't. It's about how you get at the people who run your lives. And if they don't listen to you and they don't resign, never, ever, ever again vote for them. And if you follow that, it's simple. You're going to win. You know what you've got to do, man. You know what you've got to do. Stand by that paper.
Thanks, Martin. I don't know how you follow that.
Resign! That's how you fucking do it.
So many Donegal people here today. That's great to see. The very clear message sent out by Donegal to the government, to Darrell O'Brien here, who's hiding behind in this department and not delivering for the people of Donegal, the people of Mayo, the people of Limerick, the people of Sligo, the people right across the country. We were treated last week to a report from the Mica group that the government set up, which was supposed to report at the end of July, was supposed to report at the beginning of September, was supposed to report at the end of September. They eventually gave us a report. I don't know how it took them so long to write nothing, because the report isn't worth the paper it was written on. I said in it all that the report was disingenuous bullshit, and that's what it is. And sadly, I have to say, I pay tribute to Joe McHugh, Charlie McConlogue and Derek Cleary for coming here today to address us. But I think the message was very clear from you, and I thank you for that. Because it's not enough to come here and address us. We need to see delivery, and they are the people that can deliver. And there will be support from all of us to seat on the independent benches for them if they want to do it. But we will see what will be that they're made of in the next couple of weeks. But that's the sad thing about it. This has been dragged out and dragged out and dragged out, and it's not on. The people of Donegal shouldn't have to be here today. This could have been delivered at the end of July. It could have been delivered at the beginning of September. It could have been delivered at the end of September. But they're dragging their heels and they're dragging their heels because I'm afraid that they think that they're not going to get away with not delivering. And we have to send a very clear message to them, but we're not going to accept that. And I think you've done that well today, and I think you should give yourselves all a big cheer and a big pat on the back. Because fair play to you. Everyone makes it possible. Fair play. Continue on. Thank you.
Corte Gale, Padre Tobin and Shockun, Kate Bon Gay, Taki up to Hoover, Steve Shu and you. Padre Tobin here from A2, promising you 100% support for 100% redress only.
Yes.
I want to thank the people of Donegal, Sligo, Mayo and Limerick and all the other countries for lifting the hearts and souls of this country. You have shown leadership today by coming in your tens of thousands here today. And if anybody ever asks that one person can't make a difference in this country, you tell them about Paddy Diver, you tell them about Anne Owen, you tell them about Michael Doherty. One person can make a difference. This has not happened by accident, and I have to disagree with Paul Murphy. Because if this happened in Dublin City, it would have been finished years ago. Yeah. There is two Irelands at the moment. The establishment cannot see beyond the M50. We are not second-class citizens beyond the M50. We should not have to beg for a house to live in. This has to stop now. This has to happen by accident as well. Because the political establishment in this country deleted the regulations for the building industry. They deleted those regulations so that their friends could make more money. Even today, blocks are being made with mica and pyrite in it. That is absolutely wrong. hasn't happened by accident, because this country is an accountability-free zone. Nobody takes accountability. The quarries, the builders, the insurance companies, the banks, and the government won't take responsibility. Beware of politicians that smile in photographs with you. Beware of politicians that put their arms around you and tell you that they support. They go back into the Dáil and they sit on their hands and they do nothing for the people, and that has to stop. And I agree with Luke. If your houses are falling down around your heads, these politicians must bring the government's house down now to make sure that it happens. I have seen something very sinister happen in the last number of weeks. In the last number of weeks, there's a concerted campaign against the Mica people. You have won the hearts and minds of the people around the country, and they support you. But right now, the government is putting in spurious arguments about $3.5 billion, about outhouses, about sheds, about fountains. All of that is rubbish, and it has to stop. There must be a full public, independent investigation in what happened here. The people responsible must be held to account. And the last thing I'd say to you is, let the message go clearly to Micheál Martin and to Leo Varadkar. These people will not be beat!
Directly affected. It's got to be sorted. I know I want to see 100% redress. What do you want? Even the politicians, and I'm in the Green Party in Donegal, most of the politicians here today agree we need 100% and nobody needs to be left behind. Apparently the only one that didn't get that message was the official.
No, speechless, but I have to say I wasn't expecting that. What I'll also say is that as when you come up here, you actually see what we have done on the day. This is absolutely amazing. It just keeps going and going both sides. You know, so a massive thank you to the county. I'm going to run through them because everyone's a part of here. Our Donegal, our own pride and joy, we're down here tonight. They are probably next in terms of pecking order with what they have gone through, you know, for probably just as long as us. Not necessarily to the same extent yet, but as I said before, it's a three. It just we've been working down hard the whole way through, and we're very good working relationship with them. We also in Sligo and doing the great things there again. Stephen with Jim was up there talking earlier. Great stuff again. I'll see them down here in front of me. You know, we had Limerick and we've got the two Anns that I met for the first time today. I've talked to them before on the phone. And we've got Tipperary. Again, still need to go set up their own action group. I'm not sure what the whole story is. I haven't been there. Clare also have a thing. So we have 6 counties, 5 in that whole western seaboard, ourselves up the north, and you know, we're not going to be forgotten about. There's not a lot to say that hasn't been said on several occasions here, and obviously you. Thanks very much. But you know, the reality is, and I'm not going to go over what I've already said, but I will touch on some of the things said towards the very end. We're now in accountability mode, right? That accountability started, and we could see what was the offices of the civil servants. The first time these were the faceless people, they were sitting behind their keyboards or sitting around board meetings, that we didn't vote in there. These were the same thing as what the boss did. Boss watchers all the way through. One day that stopped. should never have been about the senior civil servants. It should never have been about them. They need call to heel. The banks need call to heel. The quarries need call to heel. And yet there seems to be a power in there that nobody wants to touch. Well, that has to stop. And what we elected our politicians in there for was to represent those politicians. Should have been in there to provide for their people, not provide for big multinationals necessarily, not to provide for everybody other than the hard-working human being that we have down here in your thousands. That means if they don't get it after seeing this today, I'm not sure what we'll say. Morning, I'm behind the radio when I'm Greg Hughes down here, and Mica as well. And he says, yeah, he said, no, I understand that. It's been very good to us, so if it comes to, you know, I'll be seeing them first. I said, well, you know, who are you? He says, Euronews. And I said, what kind of coverage have you? He says, 2.5. I talked about the civil servants and I asked the question. Is this somebody shamed any more than what they should be shamed after seeing what we have here today? Any more than what they should be shamed after 10 years on this road to try to make it happen? Let Europe look at them and see how high they hold their head. We are not going away. That is the first message that they need to understand. And I think they are starting to get that message. I listen to our government in power, TDs up here today, including the Minister. If it comes to it, do we still need what we know to be a Fianna Fáil party? Do we still need what we know to be a Fine Gael party? Abolish them. Get the best and pick the best of them and put them into an Irish National Party in your own county. See this through to the end, whatever it takes. We want that to be sooner rather than later for the people that are on the ground, for the people that are waiting on a bated breath for the news that 100% is out there. Not because it's a nice thing to have, it's because it's the only thing that gets our life back on track. And we're not going to wait to that. And I don't want to hear about how side we've got this stuff coming through. We look at Donegal, the media girls, put it together, put it out there. We were being touted as having these big mansions on the hill all over the place. Our one-off housing is exactly mid-table. It's the average size of the 26 counties. Yet the officials saw it fit to get that sort of rumour out there, get some of the media to come with it, and try and discredit and try and pitch homeowner against homeowner. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened today, and it's not going to happen tomorrow or any other day. I sincerely want to thank everybody that came down here today. People took days off work. People flew in today. One example of a man in my own hometown called Ath flew in there, got picked up down here. The people I know that came across the boat today as well, from Scotland, from England, and so on. There is people in New York that have our back. There are people in Sydney, Australia that have our back. There are people all over Europe that have our back. We're not going away. We have all the support we need to see this through. And just trust us on that. We are not going away until 100% redress, no less, is on the ground and working. They throw me up water, but I'm going down to get the water. Thank everybody once again. Your support is so appreciated. All right, bye. Right, last thing I'll be told to tell you is in regards to route, we're going to go as far as the bridge, we're going to head across the bridge, and we're coming back up around again, okay, and that's where we'll end up. And again, you know, we said it all along, we'll be walking nice and slow, we want our voices heard down here, we want to be seen down here. I think we've done that, we've done it in our own dignified fashion. Was there some level of inconvenience? Absolutely. We want to be seen, we want to be heard. No apologies made, but let's finish it out right today. We've done everything right so far. We'll go round, we'll follow the course that we just outlined. Make sure you keep the press tidy as you go. We got really good press the last time. I'm sure we'll go away with our heads held high again and a first-class reputation. Thanks, everybody.
So straight. But that's great to hear.
We smoke a car now.
You should have got the art for us. They can play good music.
And they always go, really?
brothers? See it?
I don't know where she is at.
Look for a...
I hate drugs.
There we go.
I think I'm out of battery. I can't see the chat or nothing. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm out of battery, guys. This is where it's ending here anyway, just on Common Street here. So great turnout. So I can't even see how I'm gonna. I was just. There's a tree. seem to be out of battery, guys. I'm not too sure what's going on.
Every time I leave them, it's not like, oh, water.
People on the buses get out and they're fucking rough heads.
After many bosses. That's why it is. Just what's happening, you had something there.